All right, folks, are we about ready? I see the room is packed. With the public. All right, well, let's stand up and do pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. All right, we'll bring this meeting to order at 6:31. Today is October 16th. And we're going to start with a call to order for our special hearing, the additional appropriation hearing of general obligation bond proceeds. How do we need to start?
Yeah, so I'll just do a quick summary. As you know, we have spent several board meetings discussing the appropriations for the upcoming bond that addresses the two projects, the main projects at the middle school, which is the secure front entrance and the HVAC. So tonight's hearing is just the recommendation to approve two resolutions. And resolution A is the additional appropriation resolution. And that just means that after this hearing, to be able to provide public comment on this resolution, the board will approve the appropriation of the bond proceeds to be spent on the project cost before any bond money can be expended. So basically, the appropriation is just almost like asking for permission to be able to spend the money. So this resolution is saying that we cannot spend the money before we appropriate the money to the specific projects. And then resolution B, which is the final bond resolution. This resolution just details the amount to be borrowed, the maximum term of repayment, maximum interest rate. It has all of the very specific details of the bond in it, and that's why you'll see that it is 15 pages long. And those are the two resolutions that we can have public comment on tonight. And then in the regular session, I will ask for the board to approve both of those resolutions. Sorry, not in the regular session. We'll approve them here in this, right? This recommendation. That's what I thought that's it. Okay. So unless there are any comments from the audience on these specific resolutions, then Amy, you can go ahead and move for the recommendation.
Clara, you have asked to speak. Are you speaking on the bond or are you speaking during the general meeting?
General.
Okay, all right. So not here to talk about. Yeah. No. Is there anyone here who is here to talk about the bond issue today? Hearing no one. Going to number 2 here, recommendation to approve resolution A, the additional appropriation. Is there a motion and a second for resolution A?
So moved. I'll second.
Is there any discussion?
Thank you for all the work that's been gone into this.
Absolutely, and we've spent a lot of time learning about what we need, and I'm very excited to have the bond to do the improvements to the middle school. I think that's going to be a huge improvement. So, any other comments? Let's do a roll call.
Amy,
Yes.
Carol,
Yes.
Vicky,
Yes.
Stephanie,
Yes.
Doug.
Yes.
All right, number 3 is recommendation to approve resolution B, the final bond resolution, which includes approval of the 3rd supplement to continuing disclosure undertaking and registrar and paying agent agreement. Is there a motion to approve resolution B?
I so move.
Is there any discussion? Hearing none, let's do roll call.
Amy,
Yes.
Carol,
Yes.
Vicky,
Yes.
Stephanie,
Yes.
Doug.
Yes.
All right, is there a motion for adjournment of the appropriation hearing?
So moved.
Any discussion? I think we've done our business. Let's do roll call.
Amy,
Yes.
Carol,
Yes.
Vicky. Yes. Stephanie.
Yes.
Yes.
Right, let's call that our meeting adjourned and the bond has been approved. Going on now to our regular agenda, I call that meeting to order. I should give a new time, 6:35 on October 16th. Are there any modifications to the agenda?
We have one consent agenda item for the appointment of Van Buren Elementary School After School Care, Shauna Custard, level 1, $10,000. $10,000 per hour.
She can take that.
I'll take $1 per hour.
Part-time, no benefits, effective October 16th, 2023. This is a replacement for Ashley Miller.
All right, is there a motion to modify the agenda? Any discussion? Let's do roll call.
Amy,
Yes?
Carol,
Yes.
Vicky.
Yes.
Stephanie.
Yes.
Doug.
Yes.
All right, number 3, we're going to do recognition of visitors and comments from the audience. And I have a registration form from Claire Stanley, who is here on behalf of PTO. Claire, do you want to come up, just to make sure that everybody can see and hear you, okay? And also for the camera here. And then I'm going to set the 3-minute timer. So, give me just a second.
Yes, I came here to actually share very exciting updates about Brown County Middle School PTO. We just had a meeting and it was one of the biggest number of parents participating in my history of PTO. Like 10 parents, pure parents attended meeting. And we shared a great agenda. And we are super excited to have our superintendent, Ms. Emily Tracy, visiting the Brown County Middle School PTO on November 6th. We're gonna make a bigger deal. That the reason I'm telling you this, that Brown County parents are involved and they want to get more involved. And they are behind all whatever going on to better our our students and staff and teachers. I just wanna share that we are here to represent the power behind and support behind. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Claire. All right. Any other comments from the audience? All right, moving on. We have a presentation tonight from Shane Killinger and Abby Manger, sorry.
It's Magner.
Magner.
It's fine.
Well, so that's why I said it wrong. Thank you. That's okay.
We'll fix it.
About Sprunica Elementary and getting and working on STEM certification. So we're going to turn it over to the 2 of you.
Renee should be first because she's doing all the talking. And you are. Oh.
Okay, so Sprunica has been working on STEM certification. Before my time, my wonderful mother was the STEM teacher before me. She started this, but we really took off with it in January of this year after Emily Tracy suggested that all of our county schools work towards STEM certification. So I just want to read to you off the DOE's website so you kind of understand what STEM certification is, because not everybody does it every day like we do. So in this last sentence, it says, in a constantly evolving world, STEM education will prepare all students to contribute to society through innovative problem solving as the next generation of thinkers, creators, advocates, and entrepreneurs. So Mr. Killinger is going to go to our website. So the DOE requires that you make a website if you want to be STEM certified, and they send you the template. They change it frequently, so I think it gets updated every 2 years. We got this one over the summer after we had already worked on one for a while in the spring, but that's okay. So we built this site as a STEM team. There are, if you'll go back to school information, there's more than just myself and Shane on the team. Actually, yeah. Okay, so we have our superintendent, our principal, and then I'm the STEM chairperson. We have our mission, our vision, we have the letters of support. So we have one from Ms. Tracy, one from Mr. Killinger, and then we are partners with Cummins. So we have a parent who works at Cummins and he gladly supported us as a community partner. And then the rest of our STEM team is Ms. Dunkley, Ms. East, and Ms. Higgins. We meet every single Monday and we talk about not just this, but how STEM can be improved. So now we can go to the drop down. And then executive summary, these are all requirements of the state, but we have enjoyed, honestly, I really enjoyed putting these in here. So it just highlights who Sparta is, how awesome we are, and how awesome our kids are. So we have the school overview. We get to describe Brown County to the state and they're unique. And so we brag about the hills and the tourists, and I'm a Brown County, born and raised. So we enjoyed that. Brittany actually wrote that part, Brittany Dunton, she is also born and raised in Brown County. So that was fun. Our STEM focus, our program description, and really highlight the STEM lab that we have at Springfield. If you've never been, you should visit. It's amazing. We focus on that in this paragraph. Okay, we're gonna go back to the drop down. There are 4 domains within the rubric. Each domain has different elements that you have to check off according to the state's rubric. Within those 21 elements in those 4 domains, you have to get 3, a total of over, I think it's 54 points to be able to become STEM certified. If you don't get a 3 in the 11 essential element categories, you don't even have a chance at STEM certification. So we really worked hard to get 3s in every single element because I'm a perfectionist and they are too. So the first one is culture. I want to highlight 1.3. This is our sustainability plan, and Shane, if you click on that. So the state wants to see how you sustain STEM for 5 years or longer to get a 3 in that category. And we can easily say that we can support STEM for 5 years. We are thankfully a Project Leadway corporation, which helps us a lot because I think STEM certification in the state is based off of Project Leadway processes. I went to a conference at Purdue and they were like, you must be this, and this. It was all Project Leadway stuff. So I'm thankful that we're a Project Leadway school. So Shane, if you'll click on that. This is the sustainability plan that we created. Yeah. It shows the training that we have in place from 2022 and then projected all the way to 2027. Obviously, we don't know every detail, but this is what we've started and what we hope to continue. We show our funding, career exposure, what our kids get to experience. I just want to highlight a few of these because these are really cool. So retired Navy fighter pilot presentations, one of the many things that we do in STEM. I bring in people from all different backgrounds and careers, and I really try to make sure they're from Brown County so our kids know I can do that one day. So we have all of our career exposure here. And TEDx is on there. Okay. And farther down. Okay, we have our community partners. These are people who are willing to provide funding or just come and visit, read with our kids, be a part of STEM. And then all of our technology. So the state wants to make sure that, you know what STEM stands for, the T is technology, right? So they want to make sure that that technology element is really secure in your building. And we, I can gladly say, have tons of avenues of technology for our students. Okay, let's go back to the actual site. And then we'll go to curriculum. Oh, actually, no, let's see how I'm sorry. We're going to do that one. So these are all built by Springfield people. Okay, this is not something the state produced. This is us. We are producing this. I love this one. I wanted to show you this one. I have loved this one since the day that we made it. This is all about our partnerships, and I think Springfield does a fantastic job with this element of it. So we have STEM focused events. We've tried to make them every month of the year within the STEM curriculum calendars, so they're not just like someone coming to talk to the kids about random things. They are actually involved in the project or the activity we're doing in STEM that month per grade level, which is really neat. If you'll go to the next slide. So these are just examples. We have the invention convention, which I know Ms. Tracy came and visited us there. Our fifth graders get to create an invention and show it from scratch, and we have community members that come and judge. This is Ms. Barbian that came and judged. She's a former science teacher. We have conservation officers that come, and we have a robotics club. These are just examples of the many STEM-focused events we have throughout the year. There's more examples. Our biomed program in the high school came and worked with our fifth graders this year on infectious diseases. We had Darrell come and talk about car seat safety, and then my kids made egg car seats, so car seats for eggs, and did collision testing. But they got to hear the experts first, which is really neat. And then what's really cool about these slideshows is they're interactive. So the DOE is going to be able to click on folders like this and see hundreds of examples about that one event that we have. And that's for every single event, we linked folders. We'll go all the way back, Shane, to the purple. And now we're going to go to so we're building houses with the big bad wolf put down, which is the leaf blower with the wolf puppet. Awesome. All right, so 2.1 is curriculum integration, and we'll go ahead for this slideshow. All right, so this is all about Project Lead the Way, being our primary curriculum for STEM for all of Brown County schools. Spermica, like I said earlier, I'm so thankful that we do that because Project Lead the Way already does APB. So Shane, if you'll go to 2 more slides. Yeah. So it's problem-based learning, not necessarily project. They want to see that you do activities is the A, projects is the B, problems is the B. So problem-based learning. So in every activity my students do in STEM, they're solving a problem. When I went to Purdue to this conference, I was like asking, we have a STEM lab and we do, like all the kids come to me for STEM. You make it sound like we need this in every classroom. Because a lot of schools don't have a STEM lab. And they said, well, we kind of want that in every classroom. So Spermica took it on that all of our teachers would be educated on APB. They would all do project reviewing practices in their classrooms. So Shane, if you'll go to the right.
Before I go to that, one of the things that we have noticed with the staff is if we don't, it's hard for us to let kids struggle. And when you're doing this model, that's part of it, and it's part of it's failing. And not all the kids things work out perfect, or they don't build something perfect, and then they learn from each other. And that's been a really big shift in the mindset with our staff.
Oh, yeah.
And I mean, it's really cool, but it's taking a few steps.
Yeah, we do that in STEM all the time. And so the kids are more used to it than the staff members. They're like,
Yeah.
I've got to guide them. And the kids, they really know how to do it. All right, we'll go on to where it says APB. I think it's the next slide. Thank you. There we go. So this is from Project Lead the Way's website. And so I was able to teach our teachers. I created this website, Shane, if you click on that, for our PLCs. We got to have, Shane was gracious enough to let us have STEM PLCs, which were fantastic. So that's where I taught our teachers how to use APB and all the Project Lead the Way processes. So can you click on the general tab?
Can you tell us what APB is again?
Yeah, so it's activities, projects, and then problems. Yeah, and that is straight from Project Lead the Way. But all of the teachers learned about the portal names, and then we applied the APB process in social studies, language arts, math, everything. And so all of them have used that, and they all had to create an integrated STEM lesson, not just for this, but again, to learn how to use in the classrooms. We had Eagle Manufacturing. They made the process posters for every single classroom in our building. I called them and said, can you do this? Or Eagle Manufacturing at the middle school. And they did that for us, which was amazing. And so all of our teachers have these beautiful posters in their classrooms with the Project Lead the Way processes on it. All right, let's go.
And the littles can even tell you the steps.
Oh, they know, yeah. Let's go back all the way to the okay. The last thing that I wanted to hit on, I can't forget to mention. is the timeline. So all of this has to be turned in on October 27th, which is like crazy that it's actually happening. We were working on it for so long. So we get to submit next Friday. I like have jitters about it. And we don't find out until tentatively May 6th, which is crazy. You know, it may not be May 6th. We're gonna have a party either way, right? So we get feedback though, which is really nice. They do rounds of feedback. You can make corrections as needed. We based ours off of model schools that the DOE has given us, like they give examples on their website. So I feel confident. I think that this will be successful. If not, we know that we have 2 different rounds of feedback to go through with them. They do complete a site visit to Shane, if you go to the farthest tab to the right. This is the evaluation that they use when they come to visit us, so we know what to expect. If it's in dark gray, if we don't get a 3, we don't get STEM certified, which is crazy. So we are going over this with all staff members. We'll probably do another STEM PLC, just so they can prepare, because we do these things. We just want to make sure we show up the data of the DOE. So
there is no way in this small presentation that you can understand the amount of hours that Abby and the team has put in for this. So I just want to say thank you. You know, I know she's not supposed to, but she works on it at home. She worked over fall break with mom.
yes, that was really fun. My mom got to review it. You have to have an outside person with an email that's not linked to your school. Check every single link. Check every single grammatical error, which they're not. Don't have to do that, but I asked her to. If you know my mom, she of course wanted to. She used to, be the STEM teacher. She was teacher of the year at one point. So she and I went through for 4 hours last Sunday and just clicked every single nitpicky thing. And then we did it with the STEM teacher, and then I had our secretaries do it, and then I keep clicking on things. So I changed something in like 2 minutes.
What Shane has said, you know, at the beginning, you said that this was the goal that we put out there, and we wanted all 3 elementary schools and the middle school to become STEM certified. It's an initiative from the Department of Ed, and he said 2025. And Abby, you and your team have taken this by the reins and are going to get it done an entire year before. And you truly are leading the way for the other schools. So I can't thank you guys enough for the hard work, and it looks amazing.
Yeah, and we've even had collaboration with Huntsford, but I just absolutely love Jody, and she teaches STEM at Huntsford, and so she and I got to collaborate. It's been wonderful. So that's been really neat. It's provided a lot of other things that I didn't know would come.
We also used our IPLI connections.
Yeah.
Because South Ripley, one of my, you know,
I
they're one of
wonder if that was one of the model schools.
Oh, yeah.
South Ripley.
And she already has questions ready for me when I go visit next Monday to ask them about the presentation.
Thank you so much.
I gotta have a comment. You went through all this stuff and everything. The one comment that I really deeply appreciate, because it is, we are small, we are rural, and we are mighty.
Yeah.
So thank you for that.
I remember the year we did this at the middle school, or it was the junior high at the time. And I remember the site visit day. I remember the lessons that we all did, but it was a lot of work, but it was, even in humanities, I learned a lot in how, you know, I'm like, oh, that's science, right? That's over there. But again, as you said, the processes and the way that you're teaching and the way you're thinking about it, I think is important. And I think sometimes, even though like we're now calling it STEM, but I don't know that it really is necessarily about that. I think it is just a method of teaching. And I like you talk about, you know, kids have to fail. We all have to fail at something to learn something. So I think that's important from the problem-based type of curriculum. So I think it's great. And it sounds like amazing work, really. So I know how long all that takes. So.
Katie, give me a quick question.
Yeah.
I've been remembering, I can't remember what letter was your son.
He was D. So the state has Governor Holcomb has a award. And they picked one student for STEM, and they picked Abe as the T in his senior year. And he got, I think, $1,000 in his 529 grant. But we got to go meet with the governor, and it was a pretty cool day. And he got a letter jacket that he never wore because he was graduating. But it was very cool, and it was but just meeting the governor and really that was pretty awesome. Yeah. So yeah.
Oh, it was Steve.
Well, because he was a computer programmer, so he was part of the team. And I think somebody sent us that application, like out of the blue, like your son should apply for that. So we did. So I think that's really neat though. But yeah, I think there are a lot of those opportunities out there. And I would say I really loved our corporate projects at the middle school because it did, we all got involved and I learned a lot through that, and I really loved. I didn't get to do all the community partner stuff as much, and I didn't get to go to Cummins and stuff. But I really do think those are the public speaking piece that we worked on kids with is so, and we'll go with TEDx as well. But that is a huge piece of what kids need to learn. How to present themselves, how to speak clearly. When we talk about the skills for life, I think those are super important. So the more as it is, we just integrate all these different things in there. Well, it looks good to us, I'll tell you. Anyone else have comments or questions?
No, I think it's wonderful. It's so great. Isn't it shame to see a student come back and do, you need to see the next generation taking over for.
Yeah, last year there was a time where I told her I was typing through the observation and I got the grandparent moment. And I quit typing because I was just sitting there watching this little girl and I noticed she was this tall. Now do this amazing job. I just kind of forgot to. Snapped out of it. It's
really awesome.
very, very proud.
Yeah.
Great. Well, I'm excited, and I'm glad that as we each school helps each other, because this is a big task to take on, and it shouldn't be an individual thing. It should be a collaboration. So the models that you guys develop are really good to the other two schools to say venture down the same road. So it's great. Thank you. All right, well, let's move on. We have listed discussion and nothing, right? And then approval of the public session minutes for October 2nd, 2023. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
I'll second.
Is there a discussion? Let's do roll call.
Amy?
Yes.
Carol?
Yes.
Vicky? Yes. Stephanie?
Yes.
Doug?
Yes.
All right, number 7, action needed items. We have a recommendation to extend the maternity leave for Courtney Fowler by 10 days. The original return date was October 16th, which is today. Her new return date is October 30th, 2023. Is there a motion to extend the maternity leave?
I so moved.
I'll second.
Any discussion? Let's do roll call.
Amy?
Yes.
Carol?
Yes.
Vicky? Yes. Stephanie?
Yes.
Doug?
Yes.
All right, number 2 is a recommendation to approve the 2024 budget ordinance. Do you want to talk about that at all? Do you want a motion? Oh, is there a motion to approve that?
So moved.
I'll second. I'll second.
All right, now discussion, and I see Dawn is ready. I was just jumping the gun.
You're good. So I've got quite a few ordinances for you tonight. The first one is the 2024 budget. Nothing has changed from what we have had in our public hearing a few weeks ago. So this is the adoption of the budget rate.
And as you said, we've been talking about this for the last several meetings. So
Several meetings.
this is just the formal approval.
This is the formal approval. So would you like me to go ahead and go through the other ones that I have as well? That way you can just kind of review them all at once, or you want to wait and do?
I would approve each of them.
Yeah, separately. Yeah, we gotta do it separately. All right, any discussion or questions for Dawn? Let's do roll call on the 2024 budget ordinance.
Amy?
Yes.
Carol?
Yes.
Vicky? Yes. Stephanie?
Yes.
Doug?
Yes.
All right, so number 3 is a recommendation to approve the 2024 capital projects plan resolution.
Yes, so part of the budget adoption is we're required to submit a capital projects plan to the DLGF. And as we talked about a few weeks ago, this is simply giving us that broad spectrum to where we can have all the projects covered. So that's what's included within the plan.
Is there a motion to approve?
I'll second.
All right, any other discussion or questions? All right, let's vote.
Amy,
Yes.
Carol,
Yes.
Vicky,
Yes.
Stephanie.
Yes.
Doug.
Yes.
All right, the last one is the 2024 bus replacement plan resolution. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved. I'll second.
Is there discussion or questions or comments from Dawn?
So the bus replacement plan, this is where we basically kind of take an inventory of all the buses that we have. And Dennis Mills matched them up as to the years that they technically are eligible for replacement. So part of that bus plan shows every year as to when we can replace them. And as we spoke last time, our transportation department does an amazing job with keeping our buses mechanically sound, so we can extend the life of some of those, which really it saves us money.
Any other questions or comments on the bus replacement plan? All right, let's vote.
Amy,
Yes.
Carol,
Yes.
Vicky.
Yes.
Stephanie.
Yes.
Doug.
Yes.
All right, I was wrong. We are not done. Number 5 is recommendation to approve the Brown County Schools present year budget reduction resolution. Let's do a motion to approve that. Anyone?
So moved.
Oh, second.
And is there any discussion or questions or explanation from Dawn?
So what this resolution does is it gives Emily the authority to reduce our appropriation. So if we need to reduce it in 2023 to be able to spend more in 2024, or however we need to adjust. So if we have a fund that, and we don't, but if we had a fund where we're going to be spending too much in 2023, we can reduce the appropriation to where it frees up that money to be spent in 2020.
Any other questions or comments? Let's vote.
Amy,
Yes.
Carol,
Yes.
Vicky.
Yes.
Stephanie.
Yes.
Doug.
Yes.
All right, and then the last one, truly the last one this time, is a recommendation to approve the 2024 transfer resolution. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
And any comments or discussion?
So as kind of a definition of what this is, we are held legislatively to where we are not allowed to transfer more than 15% from our education to operations. And so this resolution allows us to be able to transfer up to that 15%.
Any other questions or comments? Let's vote.
Amy,
Yes.
Carol,
Yes.
Vicky.
Yes.
Stephanie.
Yes.
Doug.
Yes.
All right, thank you, Dawn.
Thank you.
Number 8 is our consent agenda items for personnel. There are no separations. Yay! We have some appointments and no transfers. We're starting out with Brown County High School varsity wrestling coach Andrew Reed and ending with Van Buren Elementary After School Care Shauna Custer. Is there a motion to approve?
I so moved. Second.
Is there any discussion? Mr. Roll call.
Amy,
Yes.
Carol,
Yes.
Vicky.
Yes.
Stephanie.
Yes.
Doug.
Yes.
All right, and we're up to superintendent's report.
Yeah, thank you. My only report is again to thank Swernica, Shane, and Abby and your entire team. It is quite evident the work and the passion that has gone into that. And I can thank you enough from my whole heart for taking the lead on that. It was great to be back from fall break. It was a crazy busy day, and as much as I would have liked to be in all the schools to see some kids and some staff members, I was stuck in meetings the entire day. But nonetheless, I got some pictures sent my way. One thing that we've done this year is to be able weekly to send out pictures from the week before. So I was a little nervous that the week before break I wouldn't have very many pictures to share, but there were tons of pictures. Like at some point I gotta shut it off and, can only put so many pictures on the email, but, so just glad to be back and hopefully our staff got time to relax and rejuvenate, and hopefully have some adventures with their loved ones. I did want to remind the board and the public that our third issue of our quarterly magazine of the Eagle Eye is on the website. We have a few copies in each of the buildings and across some of the businesses in town. So I've given each of you tonight your copy for that, and just please help us spread the word on the magazine. They're really, really cool and filled with pictures. I wish and hope one day we get to a point where we could give one to every family and send them home. But for now, they're getting shared on our website and then through Parent Square digitally and social media. And then there's a few print copies. So that's all I have. Excited to get moving. I went to the TED Women Conference again. Want to thank you for the support for that endeavor. It was like something I had never been to before. Absolutely incredible, and just really excited for our kids to get this opportunity. So I'm sure we'll have updates along the way. May 18th is our official event day. So that is a Saturday, and I need as many people to hold that Saturday as possible to come out and support our kids. To be determined. Trying to do it at the music center, but it's not secured yet.
You said the 18th.
May 18th, yep. And our theme is just press play. So it'll be interesting to see what kids take out of that.
Okay, we need to approve the claims. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
I'll second. Any discussion about the claims? Let's do roll call.
Amy,
Yes.
Carol,
Yes.
Vicky,
Yes.
Stephanie,
Yes.
Doug.
Yes.
And is there a board update? Y'all got nothing? All right, well, I am pleased with our positive press this week, the last 2 weeks in the Democrat, and it is certainly, I'm excited to see the story, big story about Trunica, and we want to be getting the good news of Breckman schools out there. So folks have story ideas and things we need to be getting out there. We can put it in the Eagle Eye, and then we can also be getting it out there in all of our other forms. So it's really good for us to be able to just share all the great stuff that's happening. So thank you for that's all I have. Anybody else? All right, is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Any discussion? Let's do it. Roll call.
Amy,
Yes.
Carol,
Yes.
Vicky,
Yes.
Stephanie,
Yes.